Hello and welcome or welcome back. So we're going to do an extension from the first Daily Dharma. We were talking quite a bit about a mass consciousness evolution going on. And of course, when Spirit gives us these messages, we always have to take them with a grain of salt because there's always divine timing at play behind any type of a big movement, particularly when you start talking about the collective or any type of mass of consciousness, because we're all on our own timelines. And so I'm not trying to make any bold predictions for the immediate future, but it is quite chaotic out there right now. And so I was folding out, well, firstly, before I say what I was doing with the pre-shuffle, I was doing the previous reading, and please catch that reading if you like. There were two of almost maybe 6 or 8 cards came out in twos, and that was happening yesterday too. And some of them were the harmonic flight and the tantric journey and balanced forces coming out, talking about the polarity and duality in general, and specifically meeting ourselves. And then we had romantic love. And now in between readings, I'm shuffling, and romantic love came out again with a little bit of a spill out from the code card decks that I use. I've got fertility. Well, let's pull them up and let you look at them. Let's see, can I get them all? That is the question. Fertility, 49, the infinite. 43, she of the lotus. Apologies for my dog, he won't be barking long. She of the lotus, romantic love, and allowance. Let me just take a moment and pause for the cause so the whining stops. Okay, so the infinite, she of the lotus, this fertility, talking about a very fertile time frame. So all of this chaos, all of the infinite, it's like everything is a light code. Everything is codes and waves at its base. And it's all inundating us with all of these various new renditions and versions of these energies that we haven't encountered before. And this is, of course, always happening, but right now we're at a particularly critical point in the awakening process with this infinite. And as somebody who's on the forefront of this movement, whether you're male, female, or somewhere in between, she of the lotus talks about one who is very awakened to the power and energy and creation of the divine feminine within them, and so therefore is very honoring of that divine intuitive information and can perceive of the light codes in a very empathic way. And so you're coming to your own conclusions, and you're working with spirit very directly for guidance with this combination in regards to allowing a new romance into your life, perhaps, or for others that may not be looking for romance, and specifically either with a current or prospective mate, can also talk about really falling in love with your life, more self-care and self-love. That's all also treating ourselves in those ways is very light and playful and carefree. Being of the romantic mindset is being in a place where we feel secure, where we feel open, vulnerable, sensitive, accepted, bonded to our community and to our lifestyle and our choices and where we're at. So romance, don't get real caught up in the person to person, although that's what's being suggested here. So I haven't done too many of the, well, I've pre-shuffled all of the decks. However, this deck did kick some cards out for us. You might not know now, but you will. caught my attention, and the one under. Earlier, disappointments were just rehearsal for the great stuff coming your way. And on the backside, love is the reason. Set this down here. And the ones that popped out were, most people are just trying to survive. So you may have gotten distracted or caught up in just making your way and paying your bills and making sure things were happening on time. You may be really making a lot of boss moves in your own life and caught up with career or other types of energies. But then we have this inverted, again, I usually don't read backwards cards, at least not in the way that others do. But with you know what to do in reverse, it's almost as if a little clue from the universe that's like, we're kind of like, all right, I've tried a lot of things. What's going on? And it's suggesting that you and others at this time have been kind of in a more of a survival mindset where it's taken a lot of your energy and attention to make sure that things were on the up and up, staying in the black in the ledger and so on. But it's really indicating that we need to take some time to restore and rejuvenate our inner energies with this you glow, we beam, thanks. And it talks about how big your heart is and how loving so much can be pretty heavy. And it talks about you having wings, and the wings are because of the size of your great heart. And so we're also talking about the earth angels amongst us that are really caretakers and the lovers in the world. And so with romantic love, I feel like many of you will also sense that others have a lot of projected appreciation for you, whether that comes through from some as an objectified or more pure as very admired or inspirational energy that you're holding. But with this combination, you're really this conduit for the everything to speak through you with this wise, feminine, compassionate, empathic holder of space and beingness and non-competitive even energy. And you give a lot of this fertility out to others, so you light the flames of others. You give air to their sails. You compost the soils and make sure to hydrate these individuals trying to grow their seeds. It's that you are that inspirational booster of other people's energies, creating this food for thought, this energy for restoration, and so on. And in so doing, the more that we can figure out this dance with spirit here with the allowance card, and we did have surrender yesterday. The next card is your treasure is at hand. So it's like to say that it's already right there. You have all of these opportunities, and perhaps for some of us, if you're looking for somebody, it may be somebody very close by, or even someone that you already have met, or a person literally in your vicinity. And for some of us, like even myself, I always like to remind folks that in times where we don't have somebody that is the object of our affections, or a lover on the hook, or anywhere else that you might want one of those. Pardon my stomach rumbling if you can hear that. But it's like if we also have other people in our lives, friends, family, and children, we also need to remember to be inspired and inspiring with them, and to be playful and open and vulnerable and sensitive in those ways to fulfill our romantic cup from within with powerful things, and say that you are in a friend deficit at one time or another, which many of us that are light workers and shamans and such do have different issues with connecting with other people on deep levels for many reasons. One of those is because we're all needed amongst people that need us. And so we don't necessarily get pocketed in proximity with each other. So we need to find those other ways to restore our energy, whether that's through music, song, some type of yoga or martial art, or just connection with the breath and the body. It says your treasure is indeed at hand. And so it's reminding us to keep our energies flowing in positive, beneficial ways towards those things that we can be grateful for, that we can be inspired by. Take ourselves out for date night, take our family out for date night. I mean, I tell you, I don't have unlimited resources flooding my gates at this point, as far as like people throwing coins my way. But when I take my daughter out to the movies, every once in a while, I'll splurge for the really nice seats, and then we get waited on in the theater. We get our food brought to us. We have free refills on our popcorn. It's the real nice thing. It's an outing. It's a date night with my daughter. And I think that we're being reminded that there are many ways to share that energy and thus call it forth. And we can show our children and our friends the power of enjoying those good times and good things too. So not everybody gets out and does those things. Some people are really great about scheduling time with friends, but okay, oh, one of my favorite cards, Mother Fierce. And in the previous Daily Dharma, we had here the Yellow Tiger Mother. I'll take that one too. So Mother Fierce is number 18, and we had two number 19s come out in the previous reading as well. I'll give you guys a great look at that one. It's the third Mother card to appear today, and it's really talking about you are protected, you are provided for, and there is no evil that can pierce the protective shield that she is invoking around you at this time at 12:12. And so it's talking about you being highly protected by the divine at this time in your life. Underneath the deck here, Nangpa, number 16. I really enjoy the imagery here with the chicken and the bird of paradise flower. Sometimes this deck is still new to me, and it sometimes is curious when they use the birds that they use. There's a lot of birds, and they're all used quite intentionally. With the rooster here, and also this claw almost looks like it's a bone through the ear, like a piercing. It seems very tribal. There's a bird house here too, and it's like to say providing for oneself by keeping the bird, then you don't need to worry about the price of eggs anymore. But now your problem is feeding the birds. You know, you fed yourself through the birds, but they're serving you in a way. And so it's also reminding me about this circle of life type of a thing, where the better that you feed and care for the birds, the better they provide the eggs for the people. And so it is a very synergistic, symbiotic relationship between people and the environment. And chickens have so much of their own magic and mojo. And for some of you out there may be Year of the Rooster in Chinese medicine, Chinese zodiac. Oh, yes. Remember me saying we had Tantric Journey and we had the Harmonic Resonance card. Look at this one. We have the Kundalini Shakti number 10. So this is the Shakti Kundalini energy rising within, and it's being conjured forward. It's being magnetized by the power and the grace of the momentum of the movement that you encapsulate and embody and have aligned with as your She of the Lotus rendition. And so it's really showing this divine union between your internal masculine and feminine, your beingness and doingness. My dog wants me to stop the reading early, so this may be a shorter one than sometimes. All right. And it's talking about conjuring up that energy for something quite profound and powerful to take place but there's more. It's there's absolutely the possibility of a romantic relationship coming in. So for some of you, to round up the reading, let's take a couple cards in regards to specifically a romantic involvement, because I sense that that's what we are truly talking about, because that's the card we got. But we've talked about self-love. We've gotten some of that out of the way, because we all need that first and foremost to escape from the current trends of codependency and false ego, appearing real in relationship with others, friends, family, otherwise. All right, so looks like we've just gotten 2 out of this deck. So 17, awakened awareness, very much connected to the sacred root and magic. Look at the 2 of those together. Beautiful. So we're awakening to our magic to intend in this moment, perhaps, and awakening and becoming aware of our own sacred magic, and awakening others to their, and awakening to the magic between ourselves and another, perhaps even. There's a radical expansion of your light. So absolutely, it's the critical mass that's activating some of us that have already been sort of spirits apprentices in this time, the sorcerer's apprentices, learning our light working and teaching ourselves as sacred souls as well how to wield that energy and what to do with it and what's being asked and demanded at any good time. And yep, exactly. There's surrender under the deck. I'll put that next to the allowance card. We really need to allow our magic to be acknowledged and to create some type of courage within ourselves, but also to surrender to the magic of the moment and to Spirit's ability to deliver us to the right time and space and energy and to the right partnerships at the right, in the right divine timing. So let's see what's here on the deck. We had face up consciousness and change, exactly, with the mass consciousness event. And then we had this whole awakening theme throughout the first and the second reading. So there's awakened awareness to magic instead of the predominant consciousness that's been in charge. And so this is very Aquarian age, but absolutely may be seeing a mass consciousness event. Perfect. In the previous reading, please do catch it. We were talking about forging one's own sacred keys throughout the process of this tantric journey and escaping the ruins that we've found ourselves in. So with these crystal keys, it has to do with this awakened awareness. Our consciousness itself, as a random fly comes out of nowhere, that is invoking the higher heart, this ecstatic bliss. That delight card came out in the first reading as well, talking about unlocking the gratitude. It must be warm enough to wake the mosquitoes up from hibernation finally. To awaken the high heart to how to create a life that we can thrive and coexist with all life forms, all consciousness levels, and work towards something that makes sense for our beingness. Then we've got the heart chakra does come up in reverse, but with ether, the seamless, unspeakable. I'm sensing that the heart is almost in the throat because there's so much fear that has arisen, and we're being reminded to tap into our gratitude, into our surrender, into our trust, and to give it to God and Goddess, and to trust that whatever we've been seeking, whether it's love or a return to sanity in the real world, that ultimately this great awakening is connected to us coming back to ourselves and breaking through this duality that keeps us apart from our abundance. So then the next four, beautiful. We had the divine masculine in the first reading. Now we have the divine feminine coming out with solar plexus, which was heavily featured in the first reading, as well as the perceptions coming through the crown chakra, which is exactly the basis of this mass consciousness event. It's understanding how we're utilizing the will and our own courage to care for the land, which is an extension of self, to care for other people's children, which are an extension of ourselves, to care for ourselves, which is the beautiful container that we only get one of in this time and space, that holds the sacred breath of spirit. And we're all somewhat guilty of, falling into these patterns that don't honor the soul, but we're being reminded to come back to the treasure within. And yeah, so I promised you a little bit more about the romantic end of things, but my head is literally buzzing. Those messages were meant to come out. So what is it with this relationship? Yeah, you're leveling up. Exactly. Your awareness to the cycles of life have made this huge change within you. You may have gone through a huge transformation and transition in lifestyle and in consciousness throughout your lifestyle or your lifetime. And you may be quite different from the lifestyle of those in your nuclear family. You've made a commitment to spirit. You may be heavily involved in various things, various medicine. Music is stepping forward as one of the mediums that works with you or wants to work with you more in the future. That may be something that inspires or magnetizes you to the individual that you're trying to attract. Now we're getting right. So also your music, your voice, your harmonics, your ability to convey knowledge in written or spoken or sing-song form. You have the energy to shift the frequency of the collective with the power of your voice, whether it be written or spoken or otherwise, to wake individuals up from any type of mass hypnosis or gaslighting or incompetence or lack of worth or lack of power in their own lives, to change the present moment. And it looks like with this surfacing card that something is really boiling up to the surface, which is going to have an impact on the messages that you have been delivering, whether it's your messages are really taking form within yourself and you're compelled to write a book or make a survey or just write your thoughts out for other individuals, or to send some thoughtful, loving texts to other people, or to invite someone out on a date or something such as that. As I said, that literally contact and fearless comes out together. That's beautiful. Somebody is possibly working up the courage to ask another person to get to know them a little bit better, or possibly asking them out on a date or something such as that. We've got the faith card. So have faith that what is meant for you will not be kept long from you, because it says that your treasure is at hand. Your divinity is absolutely showing, and that is what is attracting this great love to you. Because if you are in this capacity to be this divine light worker, highly protected by the Great Mother, in conjunction with the environment and so on, in this heightened, very personally empowered, integrated sense of self and beingness here, it's like your intuition is telling you that you're ready for something here. So, okay, last cards from here. We've got the violet flame and recognition and assistance. There's some divine intervention to help transmute anything that has stood in the way of this in the past, such as with that rooster, it could be somebody blocking you, some arrogant patterns in the past, or entitlement dilemmas and dramas that we've been working through in our over and under giving cycles, trying to figure out how reciprocal energetic exchanges are mastered in our lives, and how to stand in our full capacity and power and beauty and grace, to be fearless and wise, and to wait for the proper time, for the proper opportunity to take us by storm, and to feel fearless as we take some type of plunge. So, yeah, we're transmuting our fears, and someone else is hopefully transmuting theirs as well in this situation. It seems quite mutual. We've got recognition here. There's a soul recognition where, from the moment of first contact, there is this understanding of soul resonance and soul work that can be done together. Feline comes out with those instincts and that timeless old soul capacity. And spirit is trust spirit to have presented you with what you are requiring in this time. As I'm reaching for my DIY block deck, I'm seeing that the block card is the top card here, which is interesting. I didn't notice that before. So let's see what wants to show itself for you guys. This one came out and I didn't see it. There may be something you've overlooked. Go, go, go. Reassess your reasons for busyness. Prioritize your goals. If one of your goals is to attract great love, then make sure you're taking the time to indulge just a little bit in your presentation. Just like, you know, I'm not trying to tell people like you gotta doll yourself up or else people can't see you for who you are. If you are trying to be someone else, then that isn't where it's at. But there's something where we are being told to stop being so distracted and so obsessed with other things and distracted basically from that particular goal, and to really hone in and strategize in that direction. Soul star chakra, transcendence and guidance. It does absolutely look like those two cards here with that with the she of the lotus and the infinite here, that we're definitely talking about getting some type of divine inspiration. So you may even try to write or journal with spirit to get your insights and to understand what it is that's coming or wanting to be seen and addressed in your energy to make this manifestation a reality. So we've got a big fallout here that wants, oh, I'm seeing voice. This may be an opportunity too for you to understand the vibrational resonance of your frequency and your voice, and how strong that is, and how it can be very difficult for other individuals to approach you. And so it may mean that we have been a bit defensive and distracted because we've given a little less attention there. But something's coming in and doesn't want to be overlooked. It looks like deep conversations. Air sign might be important. But you've also got those defensive trust issues coming forward. Capricorn may be something of consequence or someone in the mix, but Capricorn has a lot to do with ascending your own achievement and sense of success and sense of inner security, and doing versus beingness. Capricorn is often overdoing or overachieving or overworking themselves. And so it's time to master yourself and your creative juices, and to organize your time and put things in the right order so that your time is being appropriately given to different areas of your life, and investing in yourself and in your life and in your romance. I need stability, a best friend, lovers, partners, earth. Earth signs could be something else. And with air and earth, it's somebody who's grounded, stable, secure, money minded as well. But at least like sovereign of their own energy, not somebody who's dependent, but somebody who is a partner that walks beside you, not in front of or behind you. And with the air, it's somebody who has their own inspiration, their own knowledge, their own intuition, and doesn't want to guide you or be guided. Again, walking beside you. It may be somebody with light hair, eyes, complexion, or light features in general, but mother issues stepping forward here too. So again, cock block still on the back here. So it might be a powerful mother figure has interfered in one or both of your consciousnesses, or also these mother issues can be like our sense of self-worth and our sense of deservingness and um, unconditional love and our ability to be gentle with ourselves and to go for the one that we really are lit up by, and not the one that's just kind of an easy place filler for the moment. Staying true to yourself and making sure you get what you deserve. Evil eye, return to sender times 10. You are protected. So possibly time to kind of lower some of those defenses and take a peek around because somebody's peeking at you. Chain breaker, pattern interrupt. Your mother or someone else may have had a hard time receiving love and any type of nurturing or any type of assistance in their lives. Don't be that person that shuts yourself down and lets yourself be taken advantage of. Break the patterns, even if it's a different pattern that works through your family or consciousness line. Ooh, now we're getting the water signs flowing with your intuition and your consciousness. I love to cuddle and kiss water sign. Somebody's thinking of you all day and having this emotional response flowing with your energy, but they don't want to lose themselves again. Neither do you. You're being called out as a demon slayer in this time and space, but being told to tread carefully here while you're walking amongst those with other attachments. You're rebalancing something here, especially with any type of frenemies or distance between something, rumors, reputation. Something is changing, being brought out into the open. And there's a lot of companionability with the Uranian influence and breaking through any barriers. So yeah, there's a soul contract here coming through. Somebody's checking out your pictures, but it looks like my battery's done, my dog is done, and I am done. So take good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for joining today, and hit some of those buttons to support the channel if you're called to. I appreciate you guys all so very much, and take good care of yourselves. Bye.